So if anyone wants to put out a little message about the Zoom, if you ladies don't mind, I'm gonna come over here and sit. Oh, that likes
You just made his day. Sure.
Maybe I'll just turn it up this way. I did. Thank you. Hi, future Zoom watchers. Okay, does that work? Okay, fabulous. Okay, so Barb Duke. So Barb Duke is a national executive sales director. She's been with the company longer than most people, and she is one who has taken us under her wing. So what that means is a couple years ago there was an executive or national executive director that retired. And at that point, Pampered Chef had a retirement program. And quickly they realized, oh shoot, we probably should have thought that through a little bit better. Because what happened was she retired, and now for the next 10 years, this woman is getting $10,000 every single month for the next 10 years from Pampered Chef. So because of that, there is a place marker between Barb Duke and us. So what that means is she is the most incredible leader that you will ever meet in your entire life. If you ever have an opportunity to meet her, talk to her, coach with her, take her up on it, because she does not get a single penny on any one of us for any at all, because of the fact that there's that place marker. And so with that being said, a couple years ago, yay, we have someone. She was willing to actually coach with me and Kristen and Stacy, and it was a really big honor. So anytime that you are wanting more with a company, always reach up. Find somebody who's where you want to be and ask them if they'll help you, okay? Because they will. And if they're a really good leader, they absolutely will take you under their wing and take you right alongside them. So she did a training on Saturday that I listened to, and I was so inspired by it, and I was so excited about the fact that our team meeting was today, that I was like, this is absolutely perfect timing. And so that's what we're going to do. We are going to talk about how to create a fabulous summer income. So I have a little sheet that I'll pass around, and we will, hopefully I have enough. If I don't, we can make copies or something. Maybe just share along for now, and I will post this tomorrow. And I do have a copy for myself, lovely. Okay, so the idea is, the idea of this whole how to create a fabulous income, summer income, is all about booking 4 parties in the month of June. So who here already has 4 parties on the calendar for the month of June? Okay. Who has any parties on their calendar for the month of June? Yay! Okay. So our goal, by the time we are done with this training, is that you are going to have your calendar set up in a way that is going to allow you to have 4 bookings on your calendar for the month of June. Okay? And here's why. In June, the goal is that we want to hold 3 parties, and then one of those parties be our own. So if you don't have 4 parties on your own calendar, then book 3 and hold one of your own.
Mega parties can be the one of your own.
Right, I like that. Okay, so the idea is if we have 4 parties in the month of June, then what we're going to be focusing on is 2 bookings from each one of those parties. And we've all heard this time too, where it's all about 2 parties from every single party, no matter what. And I'm going to give you so many different ideas tonight of different bookings, ideas, and tips and tricks and how to do it, that there's really not going to be any reason why you can't make this happen in the month of June. So first, let's talk about why June's so amazing. Throw out what's so cool. What was that? 60%. Okay, 60% off the rock crops. Wonderful. Why else? Double. And what does that mean exactly?
One thing at $650 in sales, there were free product credit doubles.
Okay.
115 for 2 3.
Yes. Amazing. So here are the magic words that I use anytime that I talk to somebody about double free. I will say to them, so here's the deal. My average host usually gets $115 in free products. But here's the best part. In the month of June, they are doubling that to $230 in free products. What did you hear me say or not say?
You did not say book party.
Okay.
You did not say it has to be 650.
You. Ding, 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 because that scares people away instantly, right?
Yeah.
So my average host earns $115 in free products. It is the national average. $600 in sales is the national average for people to earn $115 in free products. So you can confidently say, or you could say that if it's not your current show average, say our company average for Host Rewards is $115 in free products. Okay. So what else is really great about June? Free for all for us, right? Show me the money. So yes, if you are one who is in any way, shape, or form excited about freebies, $1,500 should no matter what be your goal for the month of June. Why? What happens at $1,500? You get the product that's going to be on the catalog in the next catalog. It is over $200 value. So it is going to be a big ticket item that we're all going to want. So very, very exciting. So when you hold, so let's put this into perspective. If we had $600 show average, let's say all four of our $650, are we going to hit the $1,500 mark? 100%. Okay, fabulous. So now we get the 4 parties booked, right? And we do 3, and then one of our own if we have to. Then at those parties, we make sure that those parties are so much fun that there is absolutely no way they're not going to be booking for the next one. So with that being said, we get 2 parties from each party, and now how many bookings do we have for July? And how many of those are likely to hold? 6. Okay. Now, who's a numbers person? I've already talked about it. She knows all about this. Okay, so we're going to take this one step further before I talk dollars. So in the month of July, we hold 6 parties, and we are sticking to our guns, 2 at every party. How many parties will we have for August? And so chances are we're going to be holding in August. Would you say 8? Yeah, if we book 12 in July, we probably hold 8 in August. So we got to plan ahead for the summer because you're going to have cancellations because of the summer months. It just is what it is, and you plan ahead for it, and you don't worry about it. So now let's talk numbers, okay? So if in the months of June through August, we hold 18 parties because that would be 4 parties for June, 6 for July, 8 for April. That's 18 parties. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Everyone's with me so far? Okay. And the company average is $600 in sales. We're being very conservative here. We're not even talking about the $650 for June, right? So the average sales is $600, which means that in sales for those 4 months, or 3 months, we would have $10,800 in sales. Can anyone tell me what that would be at a 24% commission?
$2,592.
Right. $2,500. Who could use an extra $2,500 over the summer?
Oh my gosh.
Are you envisioning where you'd be putting that money already?
Yeah.
Where? What do you do with it?
Well, I have 3 kids who are going to this convention next summer, and their money's due by October 1st, and that would be $1,500. By the end of this month, $520 to send them to church camp.
Perfect. Okay, I know those church camps are expensive. I got my daughter. Okay, so now we're going to do a bonus month because September we're going to call our bonus month because September is when school starts and we want to keep our momentum in the month of September. You don't want to stop in August. You want to keep going through September because what's going to happen during October, November, December? New catalogs. New catalogs, and it's going to be off the chart amazing when you have all those bookings. Okay, so we're going to say in the month of September you hold 8 parties. That alone, at a $600 average for 8 parties, is $4,800 in sales, bringing us
$1,152.
Thank you. So add that with the $2,592 would be
$3,744.
Who could use almost $3,800? I am not a numbers person, but when she said this, it spoke to me and I listened. I'm like, this is so simple. 4 parties in June is nothing. That is so doable. That's one party a week. And if you do 3 with somebody else, and then you do your own, it's okay. Are you all excited? Okay. So now let's take those. So let's side that with team building. Okay. So let's talk about recruiting, because we're talking about the fact that throughout June through September, we're going to be at 26 parties, whether it be virtual or live. And Bethany might pop in here with the virtual thing if you have different take. But in the live party sense, if you did 26 live parties, you would, and just saying 9 guests at each party, because that's about what we try to go towards, right? 10 to 12, normally 8 to 10 show up. You coach them perfectly, because all of you are taking all of those trainings for hostess coaching, right? That means you would be in front of 234 people. Bethany and I, when we were talking about this, we were like, holy heck, you would be in front of so many more people in virtual. Would you agree? Yeah. So, okay, so this is just live parties. So then if you gave 3 packets out at every single one of those parties, right? So out of all those people that you invited, that means you would have 78 people who took home packets for those 4 months. 1 out of 10 sign up, which means that you would have 7 recruits. You qualify 5 of them. How many trip points would you get? 15,000. 15,000 points. So we're talking all about how to have the best summer ever and earn a really awesome income. But along the way, what are we going to be doing? Exactly, right here. You promote yourself to director, you're going to get another 3,000 points, and then what? 18,000 points. Now, that's not even talking about the 30 or however much sales you had. How much sales, how many points would that be for all those sales for those months?
Well, that's 10,000.
That's 15,000. Yeah. Plus, if you did if you added those people and you did that, plus another 18,000, how many trip points is that? That's almost a trip. That's almost level 1. This is why we are doing what we're doing tonight with the photo booth, because I want you all to realize that even if you have 0 points at this moment, which I guarantee you all have more than 0 points, you 100% could still earn a vacation with the Pampered Chef in 2018. It is 100% doable, and it's all about knowing your numbers, knowing what's on the table. This is all on the table for every single one of us, no matter where you're at in the business. Whether you're a 1 time a month person or a 2 times a week person. If you put your nose to the grind, you 100% can make this happen. I love it. Okay, so how do we do that? I have all my notes right here. So the next part is where you get to fill in the blanks. How fun is that? Like you're in school again. So here it goes. So know your, what do you think that would be? Why? Your what? Yes, good job. See, I was actually somewhere else on my notes. I had to go back to, yes, know your why. What's in it for me? The WIFM, right? Without it, there's nothing. Without it, there is nothing. If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a reason, if you don't have something in front of you that is bringing you to the table, it's never going to happen. So if there's anything I could give you tonight, if you don't know what that is, find it and fast, because it's what's going to drive you when the going gets tough. When you don't want to work, when you're tired after a long day of work and you're exhausted, and you're like, it would just be so much easier to sit on the couch and watch TV and unwind. Why? Why am I getting on the phone and making those calls? Why am I going to my computer and talking to my hostesses? Why am I doing these virtual parties? Why am I doing these live parties? Okay, the next one. It says, what will I do with the extra income? This is where you get to fill in the blank. So like Danny, you had it all listed out. You already know, so that's great. Number 2, know your, close, yes, know your number. Know your number, know your show average, 100%. Does everybody know how to find your show average? No, I'm going to take that as a no. So, we all have phones here, yes? This is your chance to go on your phone. I won't be offended. So you're going to go to the Pampered Chef website, and if you don't have your phone or you don't access it on there, it's fine. You can write it down. You go to Consultants Corner. You're going to sign in, and you're going to go to that little top part where it has like the 3 little lines. You click that, and then you go to Consultant Connection. And then it'll take you to the old school thing. And then you're going to click on it again, because they haven't really updated that part yet. And then it takes you to where the income is, right? So it tells you how much you've sold so far for the month. Are you with me, Danny?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're going to click where it says performance details. And that's it. So then you zoom in, and it has month-to-date show average, and it has your year-to-date show average. And that is where you're at. It'll tell you how many orders, your average number of orders. It'll tell you everything you need to know. This is the number that you keep in front of you at all times, because if your show average is low, if it's below 500, easily fixed. How do you think I would suggest you fix that?
More shows.
Higher shows, which would require you to do what? Ding, 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 ding. If you want to increase your show average, post coaching. You want to kill yourself and do 5 million shows at a $200 show average? Go ahead, you can. However, if you want the best bang for your buck and do as little shows as you can to be successful, post coaching. Always post coaching. I will always tell you post coaching. Okay, number 3. Know when you can. Thank you. Know when you can work. Okay? So this is probably the #1 thing that I always tell you. Be ready for business at all times. Always know the next 2 available dates at all times. Right now, you should be able to just off the top of your head say, I have my next available dates are, even if it's like tomorrow, it doesn't matter. Your next 2 available dates. So along that side of the knowing your show average, this is one idea, and I got to backtrack a bit because there was an idea that she said that I thought was really clever. The reason why she says to always do a cooking class of your own is she actually calls it a cooking class. And it's something that people can come to monthly. And so basically each month you have a different power tool that you're featuring. So this month it might be the rock crock because that's what the special of June is. Or next month could be whatever the thing is that's on special next month, or look ahead. But you always want to look at the next month's host special and then use that as your tip, your power tool. Because then while they're at that party, not only one, you're providing a service to them, which they're going to appreciate because everybody needs help with cooking and how to, and it's also a way for you to bring customers in that have already purchased from you. But then you have the opportunity to talk to them about what the next coming specials are. So at these parties, I don't necessarily always sell a bunch, and I don't want to. What I want to do is provide a service to my customers that is resulting in them knowing, liking, and trusting me, and then when they need Pampered Chef, who do you think they're going to come to? Yes? Okay. The other thing that she talked about with that is, so write this down, my shows. This is where on Consultant's Corner for you to look up at a later date for ideas. So it's my shows, show talk, and then you can look up a thing that says amazing 4th of July party. And there's tons of different ideas there on how to have a really great 4th of July party. Okay, sorry. So back to this. So of the number 3, know when you can work. So here's the deal. We all know that summer is chaotic. So for some of you, you might be going on vacation. Some of you might be out of school, like if your job is within the school district. Some of you may just be having kids home. I mean, there's just so many different things and reasons why we can get distracted over the summer. And so my encouragement to all of you is to plan them. So plan those fun things. Plan them now. Look at your calendar. If you have little ones at home, I always told my kids that so long as mommy can get her work done by noon, then we get to go do something fun in the afternoon. And it was like, they know that they better leave me alone so I can get my work done. And so long as they do, then we get to go do something fun that day. It could be a monthly thing. It could be like each month the kids have something to look forward to, or each week there's like a big thing they get to look forward to. But whether you work full time or you don't work at all, or you have kids or you don't have kids, know your schedule. Plan every single family gathering, camping trip, outing, every single thing imaginable. Circle them now and cross them out as not options. Then go back, because the worst thing you could do is feel resentful that the Pampered Chef is taking time away from your family, which is the whole purpose, so that you can spend more time with your family. One last little tip on that too is we always say that with Pampered Chef, it is flexible but not optional. So like, we can't expect to have a thriving business if we don't ever work our business. So it's flexible, we can choose when we do it, but we still have to at some point do it, right? Okay. So we are on number 4. Yes? Yes. Okay. Know who to call. Yay! See, she did this all, so I didn't even know this existed. Oh, you were? Okay. See, you know this all then. So, and she said right on there, call yourself first and book your own party. And she was very intentional about it. And she, this is funny, because if you are focusing on taking care of your customers, do it to yourself. How would you ask your customer to book a party? Practice. Know what to say, right? Know who to call. And we're going to talk about that in just a second, because I actually have a sheet that I will post tomorrow that you can, it's all about target calls. So once you figure out who you're going to call, exactly what to say and the words to use to make it not be, will you book a party with me? But turn it into a way that is actually really well receptive. So, yes.
So you're talking about posting the document. Can you post it as a PDF instead of a Word document?
It's a Evernote, and it's just whatever way they did it. I don't have a way of turning it into a PDF. I don't know if anyone else has a way to do that.
Well, a lot of the documents I look online that I want to look at are Word documents, and if you don't have Word, you can't look at it.
Right.
But you can say, if you're working in a Word document, you can save it as and change it to a PDF.
Oh, okay. I'll look at that, and maybe Tina, you can be my partner in that, because I just have a Evernote thing. I'm not the techie in the group, either is Stacy, so we're like the least, yeah, Tina's good at that. So once you pick your own date, then put the other dates down, and then the last one, I already told you, know what to say.
So if you don't have that Evernote, can you still open it in Evernote?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there's all the information is on the system.
But I have it all saved and ready to go. Thank you. All right, so the next thing, it is all focused on how to make sure that you book 2 parties at every single party, because that's what it's really all about, right? So we get the parties booked now, but now we need to know what to do next, right? Because we're at the party. So here are some ideas of ways that you can do that. And we can even brainstorm, because I'm sure you guys all have lots of different ideas. So first one, build your relationship with your customers. And this in particular, I have a book for you to suggest to all of you. It just came in the mail for me today, because I watched this on Saturday, bought the book, it came already. It is called Convince Them in 90 Seconds. Do you have this?
No, I've gone to classes.
Yes. Yeah, there's YouTube videos and everything. It's by Nicholas Boothman. And he is one who teaches customer service, basically, how to really make those meaningful connections with people that are result in really strong connections, which is, I think, crucial. So build those relationships with your customers. What else might go along with that? How could we be building those relationships?
Asking questions. Like I've started in my last place, like every comment that they put, I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And then I ask them a question about like whatever they said.
Mhm.
Like, someone was talking about, oh, we like to travel. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. What's your favorite place that you've traveled? And then it just keeps kind of continues the conversation. We love it.
Today I did a little live video on our team page. I was in a group today and this lady spoke. She stood up and she was giving me a compliment, and I have never talked to this girl. I have no idea who she is. I mean, she's been to the group before, but I've never connected with her yet. But last week I made a comment about how to make frozen chicken in the deep covered baker. I bought the deep covered baker and I talked all the way through about how you could take frozen chicken, whatever seasoning you want, in the microwave 15 minutes and dinner is done. Well, lo and behold, she has this baker. So what do you think she did? She went home and she made chicken and potatoes, and it turned out fabulous, and this was her thanking me. And what she said is, I bought Pampered Chef for over 10 years. Never once has anyone ever followed up with me to ask me if I need recipes or offer suggestions on how to use it or given me any recommendations. 2 months ago, she went to a party. She bought a rock crock with slow cooker stands. It's still sitting in the box in her house because she has absolutely no idea what to do with it. My mouth dropped. She was on the phone with me at this point, and my mouth dropped. I was like, so anyways, that really opened my eyes to customer service.
It's a big deal.
So if this continues to happen across the company, what do you think is going to happen? All these people are going to be like, I don't want Pampered Chef because I wait 2.5 weeks to get it after the party finally closes, and then I forget what I'm supposed to do with it. Oh, bedtime. Always fun around here, so just hang tight, people. Okay, so make the party fun. Number 2, make the party fun. Whether it be live or virtual, whatever you can do to create the fun factor. So let's talk about fun. What
Please, because I am not fun.
you are not. So like flip-flops and lemon drops. That is a fun thing to get you in the door, right? So what could we be doing at a flip-flop and lemon drop party? Pedicures. Talking about them, right? I'm not doing pedicures.
So that's when you can go.
Right,
That's
yeah,
when
flip-flops.
Or a jamboree.
What if you asked people to bring something with it? You got
Sure. That's the idea with the flip-flops too,
yeah.
is that the host has to call and remind her friends to wear them because she doesn't want them to be the only ones left out, right? I can't tell you how many times they've been like, no one told me to wear flip-flops on the banner, but okay. So it's a good excuse for the host to remind their friends to come, but once they're there, what can you do to make that really fun? I like that. I've had people do so many different things. Bring in a blue spatula, bring, whatever. It's just whatever you can do for the fun factor. What else? Virtually speaking, because I know many of you do virtual parties, so what could you do fun factor to really boost?
Maybe they take a picture of their flip-flops and they post them on their feed.
Yeah. Okay.
I have done a poster at a party where it's like the person that has the oldest photo of the host wins the prize.
Oh,
Okay.
Did you say?
the oldest photo of the. Okay,
There's a graphic.
The person who has the oldest photo of the host. So like you can see all these photos of the host from like when they were kids and younger, and then the host is like, why did you post that? And it's just kind of funny.
There's
It's
a
a
graphic
way to get
marketing
interaction.
imagery for students.
Yeah.
I love it.
When I do the tell me how you know your person or whatever, or the boss or whatever, but I got the idea of doing the 2 truths and a lie.
I saw one of yours, but
Yeah, and on this one party I had just that postponed it.
Wow.
That would be fun. Of course, this was a super fun group, but still.
Yes.
So they have to post 2 truths and a lie on how they know the sources. Yeah, and there's this one, she cracked me up, she's like, talk about, or, truth, and then she said, I love to cook. And I come to find out that her lie was that she loves to cook because she actually needs to.
Oh, that's hilarious. So I hear getting the host, like bringing friends, like bringing them to their host. I love that idea. What else? Fun. What can we do to make our parties really fun? Games. Okay, what might that look like?
My most popular game right now is the stab a dance off using GIFs.
Oh,
That is a GIF. What do you call them?
I say GIF is wrong.
GIF
GIF
peanut butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
I just said GIF, I didn't know
What's
What's
a
a
That's probably what I know.
Anytime
And I
you
usually
do
do it on
corporate
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, just like, we're celebrating the weekend, like, you know, and it's just, because you can just type in dance party. And
Right.
get
I
something.
also do a version of that with Uno, so like they post a GIF, and the next person who comments has to post a GIF that's something to do with the previous GIF. So that it kind of like changes as it goes out, like it started with an animal and it ends with like carrots or something.
Right.
It's always fun.
who does live parties here? Good, good. I for some reason I'm thinking that everyone's just virtual, but it looks like it's about half and half. Okay. So one thing that I've done in the past for these types of parties is, which I do at every party, is the tickets. The tickets are magic. I don't know what it is about people and tickets. They love them, they want them. And anything you can do to give away a ticket, and it doesn't matter what it's for. So first thing I do is I pass the tickets off to the host. I'm like, Sarah, can you please be my ticket person tonight? And of course they're gonna say yes, right? And I just say, you're in charge. And I'll publicly announce to her friends, Sarah's in charge tonight. She can give you a ticket for absolutely any reason she wants. So that means that if you are willing to pass her a compliment, I'm sure she'd be willing to give you a ticket. So anything goes. And Sarah, tonight you get to give your own self tickets. So y'all don't be surprised if she ends up winning the prize tonight. So, but it's all about like, and then every single thing imaginable. That give that a ticket, give that a ticket. And it takes so much pressure off during the party, because if they're like, how much does that cost? I'll be like, that's a really good question. Who can find it in the catalog first? You'll get a ticket. And then they're instantly flipping through the catalog, where they're like, what page is that on? Really great question. Whoever can find it first will get a ticket. And every single thing, like they'll ask something and I don't have any idea, and I purposefully don't know because I want them flipping through the catalog, right?
Now, are these questions going during your cooking demo?
Yes.
Do you do the cooking demo by yourself, or do you have them help you?
I do strip style, or else strip it. No. So print the recipe, cut them up. So I print 2 recipes, one in a page protector, and then I print one and then cut out the steps, and I just simply pass them out. Whoever has whatever number they are is the step of the recipe they get to do. I love this way because everybody gets to see what everybody else gets to do, and I like to be in control, so it's my
So do I. And
station.
I'm like, I don't even have time in my life parties to do ticket fun and go through the catalog,
It's-
because the whole time we're cooking.
It's in the welcome, and in the welcome is when I'm introducing tickets. And I start when I meet them, I walk up to them, and I'm like, how do you know Sarah, Lisa? And she's telling me how she knows Sarah. Right, well, thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to get to know you better. Here's a ticket. Write your name on the ticket. And I'm being very intentional to go to every single person. How do you know Sarah? How fun.
So you have their catalogs as they're walking through the door?
Nope, that's just tickets. I'm giving them tickets.
Okay.
Do you have them wear name tags or put name tags on?
I have done that. I've done it both ways. Usually I don't. I do if I'm doing my gathering over here, like when you're here. Yeah, everyone does name tags if it's like a really large group, then it makes the most sense. But normally I have worked really hard to try to remember names. But in the very beginning, when I couldn't do that at all whatsoever, name tags were a must, for sure.
So when do you do your catalogs?
So I do, like, I'll have the catalogs out. And so while we're doing introductions, they all have a catalog.
Okay.
And they're telling me their favorite thing, how they know the host. And then they're like, my favorite thing is the deep covered baker. I'm like, oh, awesome. I love that one too. Who can find that first in the catalog? Whoever can will get a ticket. So now they're all hunting around for the deep covered baker. And then whoever gets it, they're like, it's on page 56. I'm like, everybody check out 56. This is probably one of the best things you can purchase in the catalog.
And then.
And I don't go into
after
depth
you-
about everything.
After you're cooking, or while. you're
No,
cooking.
before. I do introductions before.
Okay.
And then they introduce themselves, they do the whole, we go through, everybody says their favorite thing. We've done tickets this whole way through, so they're already boosting up the tickets. I'm like giving them out left and right. I haven't really given it over to the host yet until the demo starts.
Okay.
Once the demo starts, then I say, okay, so here's the deal. I'm gonna let Sarah be our person who passes out these tickets, and here's what's gonna be really fun about tonight. She gets to get a ticket for any reason she wants.
Okay.
So if I were you, I'd be schmoozing that girl over there because I got a really good prize for you all to win tonight.
And they come up with their stuff, their cooking stuff.
And then I say, so here's what we're gonna do. So
Why don't you just do your writing?
yeah, I'll do it right here. So I say to them, okay, so tonight we are going to actually be making a lemon artichoke pasta, which is my favorite theme for a flip-flop and lemon drop party. And I just cannot wait for all of you to actually see it in action, because we're going to take this one pot right here, and we are going to actually make this in under 20 minutes. Can you believe it? Whoever can find this product first in the catalog gets a ticket. And it comes around because now everyone said their favorite thing, so clearly it makes sense for me to say my favorite thing, right? And that's where I give them a very, very small snippet of my story. I was literally the worst cook ever. I was the least likely person to ever do the Pampered Chef. I am telling you right now, the smoke alarm went off every time I ate. And here we are now. And then I say to them, at first I ask, does anybody here own this already? And if they do, then they're my person. I'm like, Sarah, what do you love about this? And she is going to go all up and down and around about what she loves. And obviously they're going to listen to her because they know, like, and trust her already. I'm just a sales lady, right? Okay. So then I'm like, okay, so here's how it's going to work. I absolutely love that people get an opportunity at Pampered Chef parties to actually touch and feel all the products. And so I've taken all the steps of this recipe and I just cut them up into little steps, and I'm just going to go around, pass them out, and whatever number of the recipe you get to do is whatever number the rest.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is the step of the recipe you get to do. So what we're going to do is everybody's going to jump up, wash your hands real quick, like we're going to gather around the island, and then it's going really, really quick. So if you're number one, you're going to want to wash your hands right away. If you're number two, you're going to want to follow right behind. And it's going to be so quick and so easy. In fact, some of the steps are even going to be done for us already, so you're even getting off easier. But this is really your chance to get to touch and feel all the products and try them before you buy them, which I think is way better than you just taking my word for it. And then once we're done doing the recipe, we're going to put it together. I'm guessing it's probably going to take about 15 minutes. Once we're done doing the recipe, this is the most important part of this whole thing, because before I send them away, I'm telling them what to expect the rest of the night. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this recipe together. It's very likely going to take us about 15 minutes once we're done doing that, while it's cooking in the oven or the microwave or whatever we're doing. Then what we're going to do is we're going to gather back around, and I'm going to be able to tell you about what the specials are and what's happening with the Pampered Chef. And then, of course, we get to eat, because that really is the best part of a Pampered Chef party. And then I'll be giving away the prize for all the tickets that we're giving away tonight. Anyone have any questions?
And then you guys cook.
And we cook. So it is really important that when you're doing a live party that you are giving them full instructions, that they know what to expect for the night. So if you're one who's ever like, oh, I just can't rally in the troops, I just lose control, I can never bring them back, that's because they have no idea. So if they're just chit-chatting with their friend, they haven't talked to them in weeks, right? They don't have any idea that this is a thing, that we're actually doing a thing, right? And so at the very beginning of the party, when you introduce yourself, you say, okay, so here's what we have planned for tonight. We're going to be making my most favorite recipe ever. It's called whatever. And we're going to put it together. And once we're done doing that, then we get to eat it, right? So that's the best part of a Pampered Chef party. And while you're eating, I get to tell you about what all the specials are. And once I do that, then we're going to play a really quick game so I can give away some tickets and you get a prize. And then we get to eat and shop and hang out, and it'll be just so much fun. Does this sound good? Now they know that there's going to be time for them to connect with their friends, and now is not that time. So one thing about fun, and then I'll quickly move on. I know we've got on a little tangent. We're okay on time, so I'm actually pretty happy. So here is one thing about fun. You need to have enough time in the beginning of the party for them to have fun. So it used to be that I had this set schedule. I'm like, we have to start at this exact time. If we don't, then So I usually try to start my parties no later than 15 minutes after the party starts, because to me that makes the most sense for the people who show up on time. However, you want it to be enough time that they do have the chance to connect with their friend that they haven't seen. They took time out of their schedule. They had to find a sitter. They had to feed their family. They had to get off work. They had to drive there. They probably ran out of gas or this, that, and the other. And there's 5 million reasons why they could have not shown up. But they did. This isn't their thing. They're just here for a fun night with their girlfriends. So anything and everything that you can do for that fun, do it. Don't be stressed about time, about getting everything in, about anything. If they're talking and having fun, I always tell them, oh, and the host will be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll be like, do not worry. Can I text her? I'll be like, do not worry. Like, I would so much rather it be like this than everybody staring at me like you all are now. So, okay. So, fun. The next one. Got to get back on track here. Sorry. Building relationships. Make the party fun, hands-on. Okay, number 3. Talk about other things you have to offer. This works live and virtual. Okay, so how might this be? So we talked about flip-flop and lemon drop tonight. What could you have physically at your party to share what offerings you have? With?
Excellent sessions.
And?
You always talk about your
trips that you went on.
Paycheck.
Paycheck?
paychecks, yeah.
Yep. What, specifically thinking about other things that I offer, like
Things.
thank you.
Yeah.
What other themes do you have? Have a flyer. Cut and paste pretty pictures of yummy food. Put a tiny little description about fajitas and margaritas and wine, cheese, and chocolate and the best summer ever grilling party and pizza on the grill and flip-flops and lemon drops and salad and sangria, and the list goes on and on and on of all the different ideas. Pick a handful and then just promote it at every single party. I am really, really excited for next month's featured theme of the month. I am going to be doing, actually I'm going to be doing salad and sangria all of June, and I'm actually going to test out Sharon Zellen's idea of doing the salad on the pizza. So it's going to be a pizza salad. And what she's doing is she's taking dough, rolling it out, putting it on her double burner grill pan, grilling it on both sides, letting it cool completely, and then she makes whatever salad you would do for a salad in a sangria party, and then she puts it over the dough. Salad pizza. So it's a way to show a big ticket item, the power tool, and she has gotten an exponential amount of bookings just by doing this at one party. She got like 5 bookings and 3 recruit leads, and it was just because of this particular theme. So you get excited about something and then you run with it. Some people who are brand new, they get really caught up with, oh, I gotta have all these different themes. No. If you're brand new and you aren't like confident in that area yet, you have one featured theme, and you do that same exact theme at every single party until you can do it in your sleep. Until you have dreams about fajitas and margaritas, and you're like, do I have to eat them? Like still to this day, I cannot. Like tonight, I had fajitas, and I was like, do I have to? So, anyways, that's about where I'm at with fajitas and margaritas. But okay, number 4, have them make wish lists at the party. And then one of the things that she said is, who has ever shopped online? Pretend like this order form is your online shopping cart. As we're talking, seeing things, write it down on your order form. So even if you're one who does the, what is it? The new thing that,
Express.
thank you. Even if you do that, hand them an order form. Start that wish list right now. If you're in a virtual party, figure out a way for them to do a wish list. Why? Why do we want them to have a wish list?
Because they want to host. They can afford them.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't even know that at the
It's a
time,
visual.
do they? They don't even know that at the time. So wish list is huge. And so many times you just show them that wish list like, oh my gosh, what do we first look for in a wish list? Thank you. And then we look at anything else. If they want the kit, of course, we're going to be like, hello, best deal ever right here. Why wouldn't you want to do this? We could book your party today, get you all this stuff in the kit, and you get to earn all the rewards and the commission. Okay, number 5, ask for booking from every person at checkout. And do not ask for them to book. Do not say, do you want to book a party? No, I don't want to book a party. Are you out of your mind? No. But if I said, of all the themes you saw tonight, what do you think your friends would like the most? Of all the themes that you saw tonight, what do you think your friends would like the most? And if you are a virtual person, same thing. You should be posting all the different virtual themes that you have to offer and do the same exact verbiage. And then, of course, if it's a virtual or live, how might I finish that before once they say fajitas and margaritas?
I know they on June 19th.
My next available date is, and the beauty is, and my host tonight gets the credit. Your friend will get the credit. Okay, number 6.
I have a question.
Okay.
You have a featured theme. That doesn't mean you do that theme only at all of your parties.
Could be. I've done it
But
many,
if they
many years.
So if they pick another theme.
If I'm brand new,
Right, but.
then I might have 3 different offerings.
Okay.
These are my featured recipes picked
Okay, so
for
don't put all of the themes that you
be
would like.
wherever you're at in business. Me, I can do more because I get bored.
Because you're dirty.
No, because I get bored.
too.
Okay, 6, follow up with customer care. And this is where the thing that that if you've been around the block a time or two, you've seen this system. It's called 2-2-2. So basically the idea is that within 24 to 48 hours of the party, you call the customer, whoever it was, and you simply thank them for coming to the party, live or virtual. And then 2 weeks later, after the party closes, 2 weeks later, then you call them again and you say, so, did you get your products? Have you taken them out of the box? Have you started to use them? I'm so excited. I would love to offer some recipe ideas for you. And then 2 months, you want to check back in and just be like, I just wanted to see how you're doing with that. I want to offer up some new ideas. If you have a featured class, cooking class that you're offering, this is when you could offer that. And in the thing that I'll do, it has all the verbiage, everything that will be included in that. And then, in addition to that, so we talked about how to get the booking. So one of these will be included. This is 100 booking ideas. So you will have this. It'll be a gold mine for you, I'm telling you. And we talked about the target calls for bookings. So if you are a full-time employee especially, or a mom on the go, or somebody who's just super busy and doesn't have a lot of time to like sit at home and do this, the target booking thing is amazing because it tells, like, you select the people that you're targeting to call, write their names down, and then it gives you the exact words to use. So it's a customer care call. It tells you exactly what to say during that call. If you are, I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this.
Are we gonna get that?
This is part of it.
Do we get this tonight?
No, these are going to be on the link tomorrow. It'll be in the Evernote, and it will have all this, okay?
Words.
It is a gold mine of information. So, are you all excited to go get yourself some bookings? Yes, okay. So, at the very bottom of this, it is your chance to fill in your numbers, okay? So, do that. Don't let yourself off the hook. Take the time and do your own numbers to create your own summer income, okay? Okay, well, thank you. So we all need to stand up and stretch really quick, or we should? We're almost done. I just have some recognition, and then we are going to be headed out the door. So here's what we're going to do. Now we get to do some individual recognition. So this is where the fun begins. And we'll turn this off because I don't think anyone's with us. Bye.